G'day fellas, and welcome to a casted game of Age of Empires 4. This is Dynasties of the East, the brand new expansion pack for Age of Empires 4, which is just released today. Make sure you check it out, link in the description. Let's get to it, because we have got two brand new civilizations to talk about today and two incredibly talented players. Ladies and gentlemen, sporting in on the south side of the map in the color purple, playing as the Sengoku Daimyo, we've got Creator. And on the north side of the map in the color pink, playing as the Golden Horde, I Am Magic. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a casted game, and welcome to a new map. Flankwoods? I want to say the map is called Flankwoods, and that's because there's two woods that flank across here. We've also got a new biome. Don't you just love it? I love it. Can I just say the attention to detail? It's not the attention to detail. The attention to foliage that the devs have given really brings these maps to life. And it's kind of crazy the extra little bit of depth it gives. Like these little flowers right here. I don't know about them, about like what they do, but I like them. I like them. And if you like this video, make sure you leave a like down below, because I tell you what, we are having fun here casting Age of Empires 4. We're back. We're going to be posting videos twice a day in the lead up to, well, of course, the one and only, ladies and gentlemen, the Outback Octagon. Actually, that's not it. FFA is so damn back. Okay, that's meant to be an Outback Octagon sticker. Give me a second here. Okay, we're back. Let's try that again. And ladies and gentlemen, speaking of Outback Octagon, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. Returning November 19th. We got it that time. We nailed it that time. Anyway, there you go. All the good stuff. Let's talk about the Sengoku Daimyo. Today's video, we will be focusing on them. Not exclusively. We'll touch on the Golden Horde, but the Sengoku Daimyo in particular, a civilization that I am quite fond of. And, well, you're going to see many a reason why today, ladies and gentlemen, because this civilization has the power early on to do a lot of damage to your own economy. No, that's probably not the right way to say it. It's got a lot of potential when it comes to the economy. Let's just put it that way. So what have we got just to start off with? First and foremost, we've got an early unique market. They've got an early unique house, which doubles as a mill. They've got an early unique blacksmith that doubles as a mining camp. And they've got an early unique market, which acts as a universal drop-off point. Why not? Well, why not? Have we got double scouts coming out from Magic? No, it's not. It's just a single scout. Okay, I was going to say, it probably doesn't make sense for you to go double scout when you're playing as the Golden Horde. Anyway, let's talk about this civilization and the early game mechanics, because we've got quite a long dark age for this civilization. You have access to the Matsuri, a unique market available in the Dark Age, and this allows you to build the Yatai. The Yatai, it's a simple unit. You send it to food throughout the map, and that food will subsequently be generating additional food for you. So here is an example. Oh my god, that is quite big on the why is that so big? I don't remember it being that big. Maybe they've changed it. No, that is definitely not how it's supposed to be. Anyway, that's fine. So we've got a boar here. Number of huntable boars nearby. Exceptionally large boar here. We've got another one over here. And these guys gather up food passively. At the moment, gathering up 60 food per minute each. Now, I feel like that's probably... Actually, no, that's a fine decision to be sending it here. I was going to say, you probably want to send it to the deer. Like, this is a really good spot here. Double berries in the deer. That's where I would probably be going with the Yatai. But this is an acceptable spot as well. It's still a reasonable amount of food, and you're getting it quite early. Now, I'm kind of curious to see the build order that we get from Creator as well, because Creator's really good. You can see he's over-gathered food at the moment. So, look, don't be paying too close of attention to his build order. We will be releasing some build orders shortly for these new civilizations. Of course, this is quite early on day one that we've got these new civilizations in. I've got some, especially for the Sengoku Daimyo, that I think are quite strong. But anyway, look, we'll get to it. And we'll focus in on this game, because we do have the Forge now coming up. Interesting position here as well, with the Forge on this side, rather. And you can see a lot of villagers brought down here. Is he thinking about going fast castle? Maybe. But what's the reason that he put this towards the back? I don't know. I'll have to work that out. Age up coming through. You can see the time in relation to the age up here. Like, this is quite a deep late age up for Creator. He's definitely mismacroed this. Might be his first game. I don't want to say it's his first game playing as Sengoku. I saw he played quite a few. And we got the Coca Township coming in the back here. Now, Coca Township going to be especially good on this map. Let's talk a little bit about what it does after we focus on the Khan and the Torgods over this side of the map, because the age up is about to come through. Reduce the stone cost of the Khan and the Torgods by 20% and increases their health by 30%. That is this unit right here. Basically, it's a Keshik. It's not a Keshik. It's a heavy cavalry unit, melee. And it absorbs damage for your Khan so that your Khan stays alive for longer. How lovely. We've got the Uvu, second Uvu coming up here in the middle of the map. Obviously doesn't really have many other choices with regard to where he puts his Uvu down. In fact, doesn't have many choices to put... Where are your stone? There is not a lot of stone on this map. Boy, oh boy, there's not a lot of resources on this map. We haven't even talked about the map as the Coca Township comes up on the south side. So there's a fair bit of wood. I'll say that much. We've got plenty of wood lines. We've got a lot of food as well. We've got boars, fortified outpost up towards the north, and some gold veins towards the middle, as well as the 4Ks towards the south and the top side. But yeah, really not a lot of stone, that is for sure. You just basically got the one in the back and that's it. Anyway, we got ourselves the scout being caught out here. Boar's got to try and do his best to get involved on the action. Get him, Betty. Betty the boar. Is that Boris the boar? I don't know. Scout's going to try and annoy them, but you can see the scout for Magic is tanking up the majority of the damage. Now, I will also say, just before we focus in on the... Oh, that's a dead scout. Before we focus in on the landmark of the Sengoku Daimyo, I will just say both of these guys do stream over on Twitch, so go check them out. I'll leave a link in the description to where you can catch them both live over on Twitch. It's pretty much every day that they're streaming, so make sure you go check them out. Say good day. They are both two incredible creators. One of them is quite magical as well. We'll say that. So, how does this landmark work? Good question. So, this landmark works very simply. It's got two abilities. The first ability is to reveal an area. So, you can reveal a 10-tile radius for 20 seconds, as he's just done now, somewhere. I don't know. Where has he revealed? I don't know. And he's used the ability. I don't know where. I can't... Did he just use it? Don't tell me this is his first game. Oh, Lord, don't tell me it's his first game. If this is his first game, we're in for a treat. It's not his first game. I saw he's played heaps of these. So, essentially, what can happen here is you use this ability, Shinobi Scout, and when you do that, you can reveal any area of the map. So basically, like, think of clairvoyance in League of Legends, probably the best way to put it. It's basically a map hack that you get, a little circle. It just gives you a little bit of vision, and you can choose exactly where you want on the map, and it will reveal it. Excuse me, I just did a big sneeze. It will reveal it for you so that you know exactly what's going on there. And the way that you can combo this is you can utilize the Shinobi Ambush. Now, the Shinobi Ambush has to be used either near A, one of your buildings, or B, near a stealth forest. So what you can do, and you need to have line of sight to use it. You can't just be like sitting here going, yep, that's a cool town center, and then just come over here and then just bam, pop your Shinobis. No, what you have to do is you need to have line of sight. So you would use Shinobi Scout right here, and then you would pop your Shinobi Ambush, and then you'd be able to ambush them in from that angle. Nice control coming out as well early from Creator. We can see that there was a little bit of damage done to his Yatai, but the Yatai stays alive and moves now towards this backside of the base so that he's a little bit more defended. You could arguably even try and wall him in. That actually might be a play. Let's see whether or not that's a thing. One villager kill to start us off with. Nice and early for Magic. Now, keep in mind, both of these players are Conqueror 3 players. Creator currently sits at about 2,090 rating. Keep in mind, your Conqueror 3 rating is 1,600, so well and truly ahead of base level Conqueror 3. Magic, on the other side, is just... he's on a whole nother level. I'll say that right now. What do I mean by that? He's... I would put him on the same level as, like, Beastie, Vortex, Marine Lord. I mean, Marine Lord's on a whole nother level, but he's in that echelon. So he is, if I had to guess, I'd probably say like 2,300, 2,200, somewhere in that region. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. Anyway, so far, the strategy seems pretty simple at this stage from Creator. We notice he's going into melee units. Definitely the right call, because when it comes to this civilization, the Sengoku Daimyo, it is themed around the Japanese because it is a Japanese variant. Of course, you'll see a lot of similarities in here, and one of those similarities being the Forge, and of course, the unique melee upgrades. And it might not seem like much having an extra melee upgrade early on, but going from 6 damage up to 7 damage, and then going from 7 damage up to 8 damage, it can make a big difference, especially for these units with low attack early on. Of course, the Horseman going to be a benefactor of that as well. More than 10% damage getting added on already. And there's other ways that he can buff that up. We've also got an interesting building, which you'll notice in the middle of all of our production buildings. Of course, this is the Daimyo Estate. The Daimyo Estate, basically the way it works is simple. You can choose between one of 3 Daimyo estates. Whichever one you like, go for it. 150 wood, 150 stone. That's all you got to pay. And each one of these affects a different class of units. Is it cavalry? Is it melee infantry? Is it ranged infantry? You get to pick whichever one you like. And here on the front, we see a cavalry one going down. So we've already got behind the scenes a cavalry one. So this is a second cavalry-focused Daimyo estate. And that's going to mean that we get a second set of buffs in. So instead of getting 5% bonus health, we now get 10% bonus health. And we also gain access to extra upgrades. Here, we see him rushing improved Yari. Now, this technology did not unlock until he reached the 2nd level. But now that he's accessed the 2nd level, he's able to get this technology. So, it's an extra 2 damage against cavalry for the Yari cavalry. So basically you've got your spearmen, which does extra damage against cavalry, and then you've got your Yari cavalry, which already does extra damage against cavalry. So keep in mind you've got that +1 that you started off with, and then you've got +2 because you're the Japanese, and then you've got another +2 attack because you're a Yari cavalry, and then you're getting another +2 attack against cavalry because you've got the improved Yari. There's so many attacks, so many upgrades, and we're not even done yet because we've also got the Daimyo that's in here to combo with it, an extra 10% attack speed for all your melee and ranged units that are nearby. So there are so many different little bonuses that you can get. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, Vil's under pressure as the Batu Khan comes through and looks to try and take more villagers out. He's already hit 3 this game. That's going to be a 4th one. Now moving towards the front. Plenty of spears in here. 10 attack with all that extra attack speed compared to his opponent who's only got 8 attack. It is going to be an absolute field day here for Creator as he moves underneath the town center, unable to snipe any but one villager. There's plenty down here. I've been moving my Yari cavalry down here, and that's exactly what he looks to do as the archers try their best to defend. He's underneath the town center. Still, we hear more units attacking back towards the base. It's going to be the Yari cavalry looking to defend. Keep in mind, they've got that bonus damage against cavalry, an extra 4, and now he's able to really cause some havoc underneath this town center together with the Daimyo as it looks to try and pinch these villagers. He's got 15 in the garrison. He runs more towards the north side. I think we know what there's up, or we know what is up there. It is a fortified outpost that'll provide a little bit of coverage, but so far Creator has been incredibly aggressive at this 12th minute and look to try and force Magic into a bit of a tough spot. 7 villagers down. The villager count is equal. However, there's one key difference between these two players. One of them is going to Castle Age. Ladies and gentlemen, Relic Uvus is coming online in 3, 2, 1. And the way this works is simple. You pick up a relic, you don't like gold. You prefer stone, because stone is much cooler than gold. So, what do? You turn it into an Uvu. And that's exactly what you can do with Relic Uvus. On top of that, you also get a nice little increase to the amount of gather rate that your Uvus get. But on a map like this, where there aren't a whole lot of stone deposits, it's especially going to be powerful because your baseline of stone is going to be really low in the first place. And going from like 2 Uvus up to 6 Uvus, chef's kiss, incredible. Now, all 5 relics are in the middle. So if you've got map control, you definitely have relic control. So keep an eye out on that. Meanwhile, we're going to ride back on board with Creator. We're going to see what kind of dinner the chef is creating or cooking up today, because I'm confident we're going to see something beautiful here from the Sengoku Daimyo. At the moment, it's just melee. It's melee, and I love it. This is exactly what I theorized for this civilization. Incredibly powerful melee composition early on, exactly what it needs to be, just simply because you get so many bonuses towards melee. I wonder if we've got any additional any estates back here. It doesn't look like it. We've just got the 2 estates at the moment. Now, keep in mind, with your Daimyo estates, okay, they all start off. Oh, he's got a barracks, or a yes, we've got a Hojo clan. So this is a melee infantry Daimyo estate. So they all start off as 150 wood and 150 stone. But after you built the first one, it doubles in cost. It goes to 300, 300. And then once you've built the second one for that respective Daimyo, then it doubles again. It goes to 600, 600. So it's affordable for you to go into your base level ones, but not so affordable for you to go into your 2nd or 3rd level. Now, you can only have 1 3rd level Daimyo estate. So don't expect to see him doing that here in the feudal age. It's 600 stone that you're going to be investing in that. But I will just say it does give you access to some powerful abilities. We'll talk and touch more on that later, because for now, our focus is on all of these melee infantry and cavalry up towards the north. We've got a couple of Rus tributes in here, together with some men-at-arms looking to try and stop this raid towards the north. The Creator overwhelmingly has the number advantage. The question's going to be on whether or not Magic can pull a rabbit out of his hat here as he tries to defend, and indeed the rabbit is out of the hat, and it lives despite having a significantly smaller military count. The armor is just too powerful, and that's kind of funny, just especially because these units have got so much damage, right? 10 attack means 6 damage going through to these units. It's still quite substantial, and he's going to turn around and look to try and take them out, and I think this is the right call here, because he's going to have those reinforcements coming, but the men-at-arms are still strong, and he's got +2, or at least +2 damage on him at the moment. Spears trying to take out the Badu Khan. Will they be able to find it? Doesn't look like it. Yari Cavalry could potentially think about doing the same thing. Badu Khan, especially powerful if you can take it out. He's quite cheap to replace, if I remember correctly. So, look, worst case scenario, even, yeah, he's only 112 stone. That's really not that bad. And he's got 380 health. I'd be throwing him away at every chance I got, mate. Like, when you think about it, it's 19 seconds to rebuild as well. Yeah, dude, mate, I'd be sacrificing him, because think about it. He's going to be so slow to heal up. Just go lose him. Go get him taken out in the fight. It actually makes sense now that I think about it. Maybe you want to get rid of him. Maybe you could even think about deleting him. In what world does it make sense to delete a unit? Well, this is the world where a unit is so cheap yet so effective, yet has no way to heal. You want it to get up to full health again. How are you going to do that? Do you go for a... I mean, do you go for I think you just dive it under the TC. Am I wrong? Am I wrong? Correct me in the comments. Am I wrong? Like, prove me wrong. I feel like I'm a conservative right now, sitting underneath a tent. Hold on, Drongo. Anyway, I don't want to dive too deep into that. We'll get demonetized quickly. Anyway, we got the Sake Brewery coming up here for Creator. Let's talk a little bit about this second landmark. Have we even seen the Coca Township utilized yet? I don't think so. Anyway, we'll get to see the Sake Brewery utilized very soon. 13 villages on it. How does it work? It's very simple. You like farms? I like farms. You like gold? I like gold. Well, what if I told you the Sake Brewery has farms that give gold? Yes, that is correct. 5 farms that give gold. That's the Sake Brewery. On top of that, there's another little weird mechanic, but we'll talk about that later, because we've got another mechanic that we haven't really talked about yet, and that is the food trader. The food trader is different from your standard trader. We've seen him a couple of times this game, but we've just not really shown him off. Oh, we got lots of units down here. Okay, we're going to be looking for key upgrades here. Let's keep an eye out on exactly what these upgrades are now that Castle Age has been reached. These vills are going to have to move very quickly. Meanwhile, we've got the more men-at-arms out here, just being very good at harassing. Magic doing a wonderful job so far, keeping up the pressure, despite those early losses that he had. A number of Yatai have fallen, and we'll touch on the food trader shortly. I'll say that right now, but just a quick update on your Matsuri number at 30% already. He is absolutely boosting these villages, that is for sure. And now towards the 4, we've got the Yari Cavalry beginning to chase. Now, interestingly, no upgrades coming through. Instead, looking to just focus on a complete switch over to Mounted Samurai. So we start to see them coming out towards the front. We've got the Daimyo here, second Daimyo. There's the Mounted Samurai. No deflective armor just yet. And you'll notice there's a very specific reason why. And that's because if we take a look here, it only is received after we get level 3 Daimyo Estate. And remember what I said earlier about the fact that you can only have 1 Daimyo Estate at level 3, whether that be cavalry, ranged infantry, or melee infantry? Well, exactly. So you can only get your deflective or reflective. Is it deflective? I feel like it should be reflective armor. I gotta double check this. Give me a second here. It's deflective armor. So you can only get that on 1 of your unit types, but it's for all of those units. So you really have to be careful about which way you go when it comes to choosing your final piece of the puzzle. Now, the other thing to note is you also gain access to a third technology. So in this case, you would be looking at accessing the Mounted Samurai Odachi. So the same Odachi that the Samurai get for infantry, you'd be able to put that on your, well, here, on all of your, is it all of your units? No, it's just Mounted Samurai. Excuse me, I was thinking all of your cavalry units. Like, is it your Yari cavalry as well? No, it's not. Anyway, we've got another counterattack. We can hear the crossbows are starting to build as well for Magic. Let's quickly check in. I want to see whether or not... So here we've also got the deflective armor for infantry. And of course, you can also get deflective armor for ranged units as well, though arguably it wouldn't be... I mean, maybe it's even better for ranged units if you think about it. Because, like, if you're dodging a mounted samurai attack with with that's kind of crazy when you think about it. But anyway, that's a story for another day. Let's talk about the food trader. Do we have any other Matsuris? Yes, we do. We have another Matsuri that's down here. We've got the brewery buff that's been applied. Lovely. I do like the brewery buff. I'm a big fan. We've got more attacks. Dude, there's so many raids that are going on. These two are absolutely committing to the bit here in this game. And what I love about this map is we've seen similar maps in competitive Age of Empires before where they try and cut away a portion of... Oh, it's a relic. Oh, it's a relic one. I was like, hold on a minute. Where did this come from? It's a relic Uvu. By the way, if you kill the relic Uvu, so the Uvu where the relic was... You know, this was once a relic. It will drop the relic onto the ground, and then you can take the relic. And obviously, you can then pick the relic up and then rebuild the relic Uvu with the shaman. If you were to pick up your relic again. How many relic Uvus do we have now? We got. I just see the one for the moment, and it doesn't count on your thing. I would kind of like your relic Uvus to count as a relic. I think that would make a lot of sense, and it would help you understand how control is currently looking in that regard. But anyway, that's something that we can talk about later. Has Creator? I don't think Creator's picked up any of them yet. We do see he's got the Buddhist temple that's up with the Iko Iki, aka the Iki, that is starting to come up now. He's going to be pretty slow to start off with. You can see he's at 1.12 movement speed. Once he picks up his upgrade, though, he'll be very quick. Food traders. Do we have any food traders? We're going to be on the lookout. Oh, was there a food trader? Is there a food trader? There should have been one very, very not too long ago. Oh, there might be one coming out in from this angle. No, we missed him. That's okay. It's this little trader. It just looks like a normal trader. And he makes his way across the map. And eventually he comes home to the Matsuri. And when he comes to the Matsuri, he gives a nice little buff to it. And basically all of the villagers that are in this influence, you can see this nice golden circle, they will get 5% gather rate. And that will continue happening as more and more of the food traders return back to the Matsuri. It will continue to increase up until a cap of 30%. And we can see this Matsuri up here is at 30%. Now, you'll remember back to your OG Japanese playstyle or OG Japanese technology tree that as you upgrade your town center, the gather rate for your villagers on farms will increase. And of course, you can't upgrade your town centers with this variant of the Japanese, and therefore we need another way to buff villagers. So of course, we can buff them through this way. The great thing about this is it's free in the sense that like once you've got the yatai that are up, they just send the food traders back for free. So you can get that 30% gather rate for free really early. On top of that, it affects every single bit of resource. So not just your farms, but also your wood lines, your gold veins, everything. The only trouble is you can't move your Matsuri. So once it's locked in, it's locked in. And if it dies, I suspect it probably loses that buff forever. Though I have noticed that they are definitely changing the way that Age of Empires plays in the sense that once you lose a building, and if you rebuild it in the same place, you kind of retain that previous buff. We can see the deflective armor is now through. It is not defective, and it is not... What was the other one? Reflective. It is deflective. And it has come through on the cavalry, which means we've got a tier 3 for our... Is it the Oda clan? I want to say it's the Oda clan. The Takeda clan. The Oda clan must be infantry? Excuse me. We'll get there soon. Oh, he deleted it! The Takeda clan, yes. I wonder why he deleted it. I think he probably deleted it thinking that he would gain access to the archer one because you can only support 2 clans at once. And then he's been like, I can't. And so I've just wasted 300 resources. He wanted to switch it over to, yeah, you can see he's got archers coming out now. It must be Creator's first time, and that's okay. Look, we all got to start somewhere, don't we? We all learn. And Creator obviously doing an incredibly good job. I just realized we can actually see in the top right which clans we've got and what level that they're at. Thank you, devs. Thank you, devs. Now that I know that that's there, I'll be able to reference that a lot more. So that is definitely the right call. We've actually got an edict coming through from Magic. Let's check in with him, see what it is, and talk a little bit about how they work. We've got the Karash Edict. Ladies and gentlemen, let me talk about edicts, because this is the first time we're seeing this bad boy. So, the Golden Tent sends out an edict to all surrounding fortified outposts. This is a fortified outpost, and as you can see, it's got influence around it. And if a building is in the influence, in this case a production building is in the influence, every time it produces a unit, it will also produce a Karash with the Karash Edict. And it doesn't matter where those outposts are, as long as they're within the influence, or you can see that new edict has just gone out. So as long as that is within the network, then they will be able to provide those Karashes. And this is especially powerful because the Karash is an amazing support unit that gives extra armor to your nearby units. So if you can have them out on the map for free, essentially, it is very powerful. And we got ourselves quite a bit of a tussle here in the middle of the map. A huge amount of units now in this little stranglehold. And you'll have to excuse me for a second. I don't know why, but did all my health bars go on again? Oh, they did. Give me a second. Sorry, I'm just quickly... I know I don't want to break this wall here, but I'm just going to change the smart bars, or the health bars, back to smart. They must have changed when I wasn't looking. Anyway, we turned them off in the last game, and normally when you turn them off, they stay off. But crossbow numbers looking really solid here for Magic on the defense. He's going to try and have to do his best. Yumi Ashigaru also going to start moving up here. He's got some decent numbers on them, able to pick them off, but you can see just how quickly they cut through the back line. All these crossbows starting to form. Military numbers still looking strong for Magic. 31 crossbows out, but the numbers beginning to dwindle. Reinforcements making their way forward. Karash here to assist, providing that bonus armor. Look at the armor on these units. An extra 4 armor coming through. The Rust Tributes have got 6 ranged armor. Hold on, I'm looking for... Where are they? The men at arms, 7 ranged armor. The Yumi Ashigaru only does 8 damage. He's barely tickling these men at arms. They're trying their best to take him out, but the combo is too strong from Magic, and now Creator in a little bit of trouble. He is committed at this stage to go down a route he didn't want to go, or at least he didn't want to commit to. He wanted to be able to switch into archers, and he's been able to do that, but he can't get those unique bonuses that he longs for, those unique bonuses that he so badly needs. I don't think we can actually see the bonuses. We can look on the villager and you can see that they're different. Yeah, we can't actually see the bonuses, but I can assure you, they're good bonuses. It's like, it's extra damage, it's like winning the game, all these bonuses that you totally want. So Matsuri going to be going down here. With this Matsuri being taken out, it means you lose the Matsuri aura. Now, I don't know if you rebuild the Matsuri, if it will regain that 30%. I suspect it actually might, but I don't know. So we'll have to wait and see what the play... Actually, I don't know. I'm in two minds about it. Anyway, we're not going to have to worry about it for too much longer. Ladies and gentlemen, that is absolutely it. Make sure you go check out these 2 creators, both this creator as well as I Am Magic on this side. Links in the description. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, it's back. It is returning November 19.